Bada boom, bada bang, bada bop. We are getting some miles in an OG, Endorphin Elite OG, my Chicago Marathon race shoe from last year. And if you're looking for a new race shoe, make sure you're on my app, the Supwell app. It's the best hobby jogger, buy, sell, and trade running shoe marketplace out there. We also have discount codes to Running Warehouse, so you can get any of the older discounted shoes at an additional 10% discount. We also have the best hobby jogger community. You can post any questions about training. You can ask me any questions. It's the best place to be if you want to get after it and become a true mileage savage. All right, enjoy today's video. Bada bing, bada bang, pre-long run dinner. Look at that thing. Vegan French toast with mountains of strawberries on it. That looks amazing. What else do we have? Tofu scramble is coming. Oh, look at that smile. That's why I fell in love with her. Bang, look at that. That's a sub 2:30 marathon dinner right there. We got some nice, what is this? French toast, tofu scramble, freshly steamed out of Supwell kitchen. Well, it's not steamed, but it's steaming. Bang. Locked in, bro. Locked in, bro. I'm just pacing in the kitchen because I'm locked in. What time is it? 7:09 p.m. It's the night before the long run workout. I'm locked in right now. I'm locked in right now. You know why I'm locked in right now? Tomorrow is a come to Jesus workout. We don't have these very often, these come to Jesus workouts. Should I get my gels ready tonight? I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just coming in here, grabbing stuff. Oh gosh, this is a come to Jesus workout. Yeah, man, tomorrow we've got 22 miles. I'm cranking it back up. Going back into marathon training. So we got 22 miles with 16 at marathon pace. I'm just trying to be locked in right now. Sometimes the night before these big workouts, just got to get in the zone. Listen to music, do whatever, get in the zone. I thought I would have something more useful to say. I don't. Yeah, I'm going to get my stuff ready, though. Lay it out here. This usually helps, too. Sometimes I've been having, or not sometimes, a lot of the time recently, over the winter, I was having such a hard time getting out of bed for these long runs because, man, it's just a grind getting up at 4:30 a.m. But when I have a workout that I'm excited for, when I have a pair of shoes that I know can fly, then it's easier getting out of bed and getting myself hyped up for these big workouts. And also, we're back to marathon training, and I love marathon training. Man, so as I was saying the other day, Friday, there's only a few shoes right now where I'm 100% confident running marathon pace. Puma DVA Nitro Elite 3. This is the top dog for me, or for everyone right now, for a lot of people. It's a simple shoe, one of the least expensive marathon racing shoes out there. This Nitro Elite foam is a banger. Carbon fiber plate on the firmer side, but once I get this going, it's so good. Cloud Boom Strike, probably the most comfortable of my top 4 shoes here, but so explosively bouncy, soft, but fast. Endorphin Elite OG. This thing doesn't have the best grip. I actually think it's going to rain tomorrow, so I'm not going to run in it, but this is what I ran my current PR in. It's firmer, it's direct, really aggressive rocker, and then we all know Demon Time. Alpha Fly 3 Demon Time. This thing can really fly. This is a great combination of aggression and cushion. Forefoot here is so thick. Same in the back here. This is a chunky shoe in general. Nice, thick, chunky shoe, but fast. Fast and fun. So this is what I'm going to do my workout in tomorrow. Come to Jesus workout, 22 miles, 16 at marathon pace or faster. We have some threshold miles in there. And I just want to go with something that I'm confident in. The thing about marathon training, man, it will expose your biggest weakness. Whether your biggest weakness is patience, whether your biggest weakness is inconsistency, whether your biggest weakness is quitting, dude, the marathon is going to expose that. And for a long time for me, it was not being able to see things through, not being able to be consistent. And I've eradicated that weakness through creating these systems of non-negotiables for myself of, hey, I'm going to run a 20-mile long run every weekend. I'm going to run a certain number of weekly miles every week. I'm going to have these set of requirements in place that I know are going to address those biggest areas of weakness, and that I know are going to force me to supplement those. And so I've been able to effectively turn my biggest weaknesses into strengths. And even with the running, right? Specifically, if we think about the running and with the life too, but with the running, my biggest weakness used to be the long runs. I've always had decent speed. And then the long runs, this is true for a lot of newer runners, especially those of us who are coming from more athletic backgrounds. The long runs will be where we come to crumble. Getting past the 16-mile mark, hitting the wall, feeling strong on those shorter distances, even being able to run sub 19 in the 5K, sub 20 in the 5K, but not being able to crack a 3-hour marathon because we have strength, but we don't have the endurance and the stamina and the ability to keep going over the longer haul. And so I've crushed that. I've been able to, over time, through the 20-mile long runs, through the 100-mile weeks, by stacking consistent mileage over time, I've been able to develop that endurance. I've been able to develop that aerobic system. So that's no longer the weakness. And now that I've hit the 239, I hit the 239 at Chicago last year. The next phase for me is it's a lot harder to break through. And so I focused a lot over the past few months on speed and strength, becoming a stronger runner. I combined a speed block, so mile race pace workouts with 100 miles a week. So 20-mile long runs with marathon pace, 100 miles a week, and doing mile race pace workouts. A lot of those workouts are, I think, 2 to 2.5 miles of quality in there. Those were really taxing, challenging workouts. Wasn't giving my body the full time to recover. So it's a grow or die mentality. The body is forced to either grow and adapt to that much stress, having the intensity with the volume. You have to make adaptations, or I just wouldn't recover and I would get injured. And I was able to thread that needle. And I complained the whole time, but I was able to thread that needle in a way so I could hit those workouts, just barely missing a lot of the time and complaining, and recover enough to do those 20-mile long runs with marathon pace. So I'm excited to dive back into marathon training. This week, I'm deciding exactly which one I'm going to do, something in May or June, getting it on the calendar. But I love marathon training. I love pushing myself, and we'll see what we can get. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get sub 230 on this one. And here's the thing. It took me 6 months last time to go from a 249 to a 239. We'll see how long it takes me this time. I'm thinking about, my initial estimate was it would take me a year to go from 239 to 229, but that strength block was different than anything else I've done. So tomorrow is going to be, I don't like putting everything on one workout, but tomorrow is going to be a good indicator. That's why it's a come to Jesus workout. It's going to be a really good indicator where the fitness is. And this is the thing with marathon training, and this is the thing with this type of a workout. There is no hiding. It exposes all the weaknesses. It exposes all the flaws. There's no, oh, my paces didn't convert because of hills. My paces, it's a 5K. No, we're just going to go out there and run marathon pace for as long as we can hold it. And whatever that average pace is at the end of the day will be a really good indicator where we are. And that's not going to tell me if I can run 229 or not, but it's going to tell me how much gosh dang work it's going to take to get there. So I'm ready for demon time, baby. Let's go. All right, so we might have a change of plans already. It's only 7:49, but we have a wind advisory, moderate, possible threat to life or property, Gusts up to 50 miles per hour expected tomorrow. The thing with these is always, is it actually going to be like this in my area? This is what I never know. Gusty winds will blow around unsecured objects. But then I look at the forecast and it's starting at 2 a.m. and then the wind emojis pick up right at the time I'd be running, 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m. So, dude, I just did a treadmill marathon 3 weeks ago. So I really don't want to do this on the treadmill, but I could. I think I only need 19 miles tomorrow to get up to 100 on the week. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, I'm at 81, so I could just do 20 on the treadmill. Not going to be fun, but I could. And then I could pick I'm not going to do Alpha Fly on the treadmill. That's just too loud in the gym. I could pick Endorphin Elite OG or the Puma DV8 Nitro Elite 3. I was really looking forward to doing this, but I guess we do one last winter dance on the treadmill. It's not true spring yet. Gosh dang. That's an L right there. That's a big old L. Alright, I guess it's going to be I don't know if it's a game time decision or I'm just going to make the decision tonight. But that stinks. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody, but I'm having a snack. I don't know if we're supposed to eat this. But Charlie made an oatmeal bake. I mean, dude, look at this thing. Oatmeal with blueberries baked. That's a banger. Yeah, it's 8:56 now. I should get in bed after this because I want to wake up at 4:30 tomorrow. But if you watch my video from yesterday, aka today for me, I was talking about fueling, never being hungry. I never go to bed hungry when I'm in high mileage training. So this is some good carbs right here. Again, making sure that fueling is not one of the variables. I want my fitness to be the only thing that's stopping me from running a big workout, not whether or not I had the right number of calories the day before. And I can tell you, I did not have the right number of calories early today. I'm almost always under fuel on Saturday because it's my day with the family and I'm just not on top of things, which probably isn't great because I run all my workouts on Sundays. But I'm gonna eat this thing and then go to bed. Still get 6.5, 7 hours of sleep, which isn't great, but I usually get 7.5 to 8 the other nights of the week. So it's funny, the day before my long run is actually my worst sleep. But one night of sleep does not matter. It's actually, there's studies on that. I'm gonna bang this thing and then it's bedtime. I'll see you in the AM. Bang. So it's first 4:30. Up and at 'em. It's gonna be a game time decision with this workout because it doesn't look windy and rainy yet. But I think it's supposed to pick up at 6, 5 to 6. So we'll make some coffee and then we can get out there and see. Alright, this is the coffee I'm going with this morning. It's a Uganda light roast. Rwenzori Silverback. Notes of Concord grape, cranberry, and caramel. This is from our friends at Hatchet. I usually get the black and white, but I wanted to switch it up. I need a big cup of coffee this morning. Should probably start doing that the night before, huh? That's loud. I've been listening to the new Currency Harry Fraud. It's pretty fire. There's some features on there that I wouldn't expect. Like that guy Bruiser Wolf. It's crazy. But overall, solid. Someone was asking me for a review on the new Cardi album. Normally, I wouldn't even listen to it. And the thing is, I used to listen to Cardi. I'm not that old. When I was in college, that's when Cardi started popping off. But I tried to listen to the album. I turned it off after 29 seconds. I just couldn't do it. I don't know if that's how people feel when they watch my channel for the first time. I was like, this is not for me. I know Kendrick is on and everything. Maybe I need to give it another chance, but just 29 seconds of him with the squirming, squeaking voice over the distorted beat. Like, bro, I've got a mortgage. I can't listen to this. I don't know. Maybe I need to give it another shot. Yeah, I'm bumping the Currency this morning. Alright, so first weather check this morning. It's actually nice. It's 64. But we got the wind emojis, and then 8 a.m., 70% chance of rain. I don't know, man. This is the thing. I ran an ultra on the side of a mountain in 20-degree weather in the snow. So I can run in anything. This is how I always justify going to run on the treadmill to myself. Now, it's not even justify, but I guess it's kind of justify. I've run in all sorts of conditions, and if I need to do it, I'll do it. But why would I purposefully or intentionally make myself uncomfortable? That's my thought on it. Because we're already going to be uncomfortable trying to run 14 miles at marathon pace and 2 miles at threshold. Why make myself even more miserable? It's like the same thought with the fasting and fueling. You want to make it as easy as possible for yourself to hit the paces by doing the right things, putting yourself in an environment that's conducive to those, to peak performance. Yeah, so I'll see how it evolves, but I really don't think I'm going to be going out there running in 50 mile per hour winds. And it doesn't look like there's 50 mile per hour winds right now. I can't see anything because it's dark out there, but yeah, you can see it looks pretty peaceful at the moment. But we'll see how it develops. And people want to overcomplicate things a lot. You know what's not complicated? Fueling. Fueling for a workout or a marathon is not complicated. You know what is complicated? Trying to bootstrap a business. Trying to grow a business. That's complicated. Having some breakfast before a workout, that's not complicated. That's simple. That's very simple. We're going to keep it simple. Let's take a look at this workout while we're waiting for the toast. Book of Daniels, page 277. Man, it's really bright over here. So I'm jumping back into legit marathon training. This is the final 12-week program. It is really tough. He's got some double 20-mile long run weeks in here, which is just crazy. And he also starts it off with a 16-mile marathon pace workout, which is just insane. But what you have to think about is, what I think about whenever I look at these is, they were not designed for someone like me who's trying to take 10 minutes off their marathon PR. This is designed for someone who's trying to stay in peak marathon shape, to go for 2:09 again, who's run 2:10 5 times already, whose marathon pace is so hammered into their body. This is not designed for someone who's trying to run 3:15 after running 3:45 a year ago, just jumping into 16 miles at that marathon pace you've never hit before. The other thing with it is he suggests going a VDOT number 2 lower than what you're currently. Basically what that means, I can flip to the back, but what that means is do this slower than your actual goal marathon pace. So there's no way I could do this workout right now at the actual marathon paces I want to hit in the middle of training. So goal would be 8M at around a 550 something. Do the 1T around 540 or high 530s. Do the 6M, 6 marathon pace around 550s, and then 1T in the 530s. So keep it slightly slower than goal pace and fitness. 2 VDOT numbers lower. So my VDOT number at the end here, or my fitness level, VDOT is just how he measures fitness, is going to need to be around a 67 to run a 2:30. Right, that's 5:40 per mile marathon pace. Threshold pace would be a 5:24. If we go 2 slower or 2 lower, that's a 5:49 on the marathon pace and a 5:32 on the threshold. I might even bump it down 3 to 5:54 on the marathon pace and 5:36 on the threshold. And the way I like to train, so there's the Daniel system. The way I personally like to train is, yes, we do these long run workouts, but treating the midweek tempo run as the time to really start hammering that race pace in the early stages of the block, because we're fresher and there's only one stress to worry about, the stress of hitting pace, not the stress of hitting pace and the stress of the 20-mile distance. So it's okay to take these long run workouts slightly slower than goal marathon pace. Let's see if we burnt our toast. No, perfect. No. Oh man, I just went in the bathroom and the trees were beating against the side of the house. Not the trees, the bushes were beating against the side of the house. So wind is picking up for sure out there. I also realized I don't have the top on the Jeep, so I'm going to have to do that when I drive to the gym. Just the panels in the front. Still an L. I was thinking about that yesterday, and then I forgot to do it. It's one of those things that's a lot easier to do at 7 p.m. than it is at 4:30 a.m. All right, I'm going to butter this bread. So coffee taste test. I just had a sip. I'm not going to lie. I just had a sip. I'm going to have another sip, though. And this time I'm going to be more analytical when that coffee's on my tongue. I need a few more days to rest after roasting. The hatchet is so close. They're in Boone. So they'll send their beans the day out the day after roasting. I got these on Friday and they were roasted on Thursday. And light roasts can benefit from a week to 10 days of resting. So still got some roasting char on it, but I can taste that juicy white grape. And let's see. Almost some candy in there, like a Nerds candy. If Nerds made a marshmallow and then you toasted that, that's what this would be. Bro. So I was scrolling on Reddit. I try to stay off my phone, but I was looking at some music stuff, and I was on the Hip Hop Head subreddit, and one of the top comments on the Cardi album release is, it's going to be 1 million plus high schoolers playing this out of one AirPod today. Here's what I don't understand about Playboy Cardi. Like I said, 8, 9, 10 years ago when I was in college and he was hot with Magnolia and the self-titled album, I was rocking with him. But now has he just gotten his made music for increasingly younger people as his audience has grown up? I don't know, man. This is what I'm listening to today. I've increasingly been listening to more stuff like this. Currency, a lot of Payroll. I even have old school Jeezy on here, but okay, let's look at these are my last save things. Currency, Jeezy, Big X The Plug. This is a really good album, by the way. The Big X The Plug, Take Care. Solid. One of my favorite newer guys. But all the stuff I listen to is just about putting in the work, grinding. I think Cardi's not really talking about that. He's talking about some other stuff. Cardi's almost, he brings a weird demonic energy. I got the I Swear on here, the Gunna, Payroll. No Cardi. I might give the Cardi one more shot this morning, but it just gives me weird vibes too. I don't know. But yeah, Never Catch Us, Currency and Harry Fraud. This is solid. If you want some music to get up and grind, that's what I'm bumping. Let's go talk about the shoes. So I brought out all these shoes yesterday. By the way, I'm just going to commit to doing this on the treadmill. Stop wasting mental energy and time. And then also I can get out here earlier while it's still dark. Yeah, I think this is what we'll go with this morning. This is going to be fun. Endorphin Elite. OG. So yeah, my original plan was the Alpha Fly. I just feel like this is going to be too cushioned, and all the things that I love about it on the roads, it's not what I want on the treadmill. This is just going to be too crazy. So also I feel like it's going to be super loud. This is more direct feel for the treadmill. It's not the most cushioned feeling, but it is super fast and on the firmer side. So this is what I'm going to go with this morning. Probably one of my last big workouts in this thing. It's not done. It's not retired, but I just have a lot of carbon shoes and try to rotate them and entering a new training block, start mixing in some new stuff. But this is what I'll go with this morning. You got the nice lightweight upper. You can also get these things for sale at under $200 right now at Running Warehouse with our discount code, which is just crazy. This is such a good shoe, and to be able to get a carbon shoe like this for under $200 when everything else on the market, let me just pull a random one. Like, look, for example, this is selling for $250 now just because it's new, the Brooks Hyperion Elite 4. I would much rather have the Endorphin Elite OG for $190 something. Right? So just because it came out last year or the year before, it doesn't mean it's washed anymore. The only thing washed is me, because I don't like Playboy Cardi. But yeah, this is a special shoe to me. I really hope Saucony does something else with this Power Run HG foam. They didn't put that anywhere on here, Power Run HG. But this is a firmer, supercritical PIBA. They've now gone all the way to a super squishy. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know where it is in here. Also, my light is tall. Here we go. That's better. Look at this. I don't even understand how they've gone from this one back here to this. If you've watched this channel, you've heard me whine and moan about these super soft squishy foams. It's a comfortable shoe, but the name of this shoe is Endorphin Elite. That implies to me you should be able to run fast, elite paces in it. And whenever I try to run my fast paces in it, which are in the fives, it just turns into a pile of mush. I can't drive through the platform. So maybe a better name for this would have been the Endorphin Marathon shoe, because it is comfortable, and I think a lot of people are going to love it for being out there for a long time. Nice and good cushion in the back. But for me, trying to hit these sub 240 marathon paces just does not work. So this is everything that I love in a marathon shoe right here. Firm, direct, stable, no gimmicks, great upper. The new one does have a great upper as well. It's just the old one is dialed in. It is completely dialed in. I mean, even just look at the back, you can see. So squishy. So hopefully Saucony does something with the Saucony Endorphin Pro shoe and offers us a firmer, more stable, more direct option like the Endorphin Elite, because this is not going to be for everyone. This thing is, it's crazy to me that this is now their top tier race shoe, because it's just so out there. It's just so out there. It's not approachable at all. It's even more out there than the Alpha Fly. So Yeah, those are my thoughts on the Endorphin Elite, the new one. We'll get some miles in this in a second. I'm going to finish my breakfast now. I'm going to have to go put out the top on the Jeep and then we can go. Last thing I was going to say here, my gear for this morning. So I've had these CLA shorts sitting around for a long time. I got them last summer. I think Running Warehouse gave them to me. I've just never used them because they're super short and lightweight. They're like boxers when I put them on. But I think this treadmill workout will be the perfect time to take them out because they're very lightweight and I'm going to be sweating a lot on the treadmill. And then I have this tank, this singlet. I really want to get some Supwell or Hobby Jogger singlets going. But for now, I got this guy, nice and lightweight. I like running in lightweight stuff for the treadmill as much. When I'm doing long treadmill workouts, if I'm going 30 minutes on the treadmill, it doesn't matter. But for 2 hours, try to go as light as possible. Last time I paid the price, I didn't, and I was just miserable. All right, it's time to go. It's actually pretty nice out here. I can hear the wind picking up through the wind chimes. Oh man, we have a crazy Barefoot Mafia sighting. You see him? You see these guys? Gotta be careful in these streets. I really hope they don't run out in front of my car. Oh man, they are everywhere out here. There's some over there on the left too. Yeah, it's pretty calm and peaceful out here right now, so maybe this is an unnecessary gym trip, but also means I'll get my run done earlier because then I don't have to wait for the sun to come up. So we're just gonna bang out this 20 on the treadmill. Also can control the pace. And you know, Yakuina Brisa does all his workouts on the treadmill. There's a saying in the hobby jogger community, whenever treadmill workouts come up, if it's good enough for Yaku, it's good enough for me.
Just send me the only thing changes the pace of my skin. Can't forget about the diamonds and chains on my pendant was stronger, but now we each stay for a living. But yet I'm the biggest. Ain't changing my click rep to 6 disrespect and get put in that dick. Ain't no tell what you got. I come out of this, don't get to say the extra. I'm the same and I'm standing on 10 of my name. Hey.
Looks like there's one other person in here. Man, I really try to stay focused on these before these long run workouts. Stay focused on the mission. That's why I don't know why I was on Reddit this morning. I guess I was looking up music stuff. Here's the issue with Reddit. Whenever I go on Reddit, even if I'm looking up music stuff, I end up on the hater geeks, running hater geeks forums, and they're always hating on me. I'm really trying to do a better job of just tuning stuff out, man. Oh, and also the camera battery is dead. All right. It's dying. Honestly, it doesn't even seem that bad outside. It seems perfectly peaceful. So Maybe this was just a silly diversion, but we're here now. I think we're the only people here. Oh no, there's one other guy here. Okay. And they're playing some old school R&B. Oh, the one thing I forgot about the treadmill is that we have to stop it every 8 miles. I'm going to see if I can figure that out. Alright, I couldn't figure out the treadmill thing, so what I'm going to do is I'll do the first, or the warm-up. I'll do a 2 to 3 mile warm-up, stop it, end the workout on the treadmill, and then I'll do the first 8 miles. First 8 miles at marathon pace, and then I'll stop it, and then I'll do the next 8 miles, which is one threshold, 6 marathon, 1 threshold, and then stop it. Or maybe I'm trying to see, because there's a 1 hour time limit. I'm trying to figure out what's going to take an hour. What's 6 times 8? 6 times 8 is 48, plus another 5, that's 53. So this is what I can do: 8 miles marathon pace plus 1 mile threshold, and then I'll stop it, and then I'll do 6 and 1. Okay, cool. So 2 to 3 mile warm up. Let's just call it a 2 mile warm up. No need to be a hero. 2 mile warm up, restart the treadmill, then 9 miles, restart it, and then finish it out with the 7 miles, and then cool down. Well, I truly have no excuses this morning. I came here in perfect conditions. There's no hiding. There's no hiding when you're on the treadmill, man. The treadmill does not lie with these paces. If anything, it makes it easier. Let's do this thing. I just finished the warm-up. Like I said, there's no hiding, man. This is these blocks expose our weaknesses. I got a lot of self-doubt right now. I think that's what we have to crush. And that doesn't mean we have to be braggadocious, but just stepping up, confident. I'm in my head. I was on Reddit. This is why I avoid social media, right? Because I was on Reddit before this run, just scrolling, looking at random stuff on the running shoe forums, and then I see people talking about me. It's a lot of noise. And then that noise goes in my head. And it doesn't matter if it's external or internal, but the doubt, the critiques, the criticism, they're amplified if we're not confident. So I just have to be confident right now. I'm going to hit this next set. That was a 3-mile warm-up. Hit this first set. All right, halfway through this workout, it was a good choice to do this inside because it's raining now and windy, and I'm hitting some good paces on this treadmill. It is really coming down out there. So yeah, I have to wait for this thing to reset, and then I'll hit the next half. But that was just 8 out of 546 pace. Mobbing. We're crushing that self-doubt, baby. There's no hiding from these demons, so we got to chase them down and kill them. Oh my gosh. 45:12 on the last 8 miles there. What's that pace? Oh, it just went off. Whatever 45 minutes, 12 seconds is. Across 8 miles was the average. Bro, I'm legitimately hurting right now. I went in the tank for that last mile. It's coming down outside. I am, oh my gosh. I'm completely dripping, sweat and exhausted, but 1 hour, 52 minutes. So what's 8 plus 8, 16 plus 3 is 19. Oh, I only need 1 more mile to get 20. So I'll do a few more miles cool down. I really wish I had another set of clothes right now. This is just, looks like I came out of a pool. Even the CLE couldn't save me. It's a bar right there. All right, I'm gonna cool it down, then we can finish. All right, that's it. That was 3 more miles. 8 flat pace on the cool down. It's still really coming down out there. Holy cow. Yeah, I'm glad I did this inside, because I would not have hit anything. Yeah, 24 minutes, 11 seconds. Look at this. I would have been hating my life if I did that outside. Instead, I was able to get my best marathon workout ever. So that was a good call. And it's only, I don't know what time it is. Hold on, let me close this thing out here. I need to recalibrate this. 22 miles. Yaku in la Brisa style. 22 the Yaku way. I'm not Yaku in a Brisa, I'm 22 in a Brisa. 6:12 pace, gosh dang. And that's with a 3 mile cooldown at 8 flat. And Jesus. Bro, you see that? Yeah, inside was the right call. Alright, I'm gonna clean this off, and then I need to change my clothes. There's a lot of things in life we can't control. Well, that's why I wake up every day and get after it. That's one of the few things in life we can control. Now let's get the heck out of here. And I can't control how these paces feel. all I can do is get out here and try to hit them. I can't control if it's raining or not, but I can control whether or not I go on the treadmill. Yeah, that was a solid effort. It got pretty grindy last 3-4 miles of the workout. Just had to stay really focused, but that is one of the benefits of the treadmill. You can't cheat the pace unless you press that button to turn it down. It's the ultimate no hiding. It's either you stay on and you survive, or you quit and you turn the volume down. So I was able to keep the pressure on the pace the whole time, even negative split at the end there. I don't put these shorts on because my CLEs are soaked. I can get out of here. So I was talking a whole lot of junk. I don't know if it was junk, but I was talking a lot about the Cardi album. I ended up giving it another shot on the treadmill. There's actually some bangers on there, man. That Evil Jordan beat, that carried me through the second half of that workout. I just kept replaying it. And the crazy thing is, I learned a few months ago, that was actually produced by Cardo. Wild, right? The same guy who does all the Larry June and payroll stuff. He also produced God's Plan. Bottle is filled. Let's get the heck out of here. Hey, thank you. No, thank you. Yeah, dude, 2.5 hours out here? No, dude, absolutely not. But the thing is, this is what I was realizing while I was on that treadmill doing that workout. I'm thinking, why do I even need to justify to myself or anybody, whether it's raining or not, to go on the treadmill? And I don't think I could have hit that workout outside, even if it weren't raining in perfect conditions, but the treadmill allowed me to. And I even said when we were looking at the Daniels book yesterday, I'll probably do this with a lower VDOT number. And if we throw this workout up, you're not going to be able to see the accurate splits because the treadmill, the watch smushes everything together. But I was at 10.4 for the marathon pace on the first set. So 8 miles at 10.4, which is a 5:49. And then I cranked it down to 11. I'm talking about speeds, 11, which would be a 5:27 pace for the threshold. And then I negative split. So the last 6 I did at 10.5 marathon pace, which is 5:42. And then last mile at 11 again. So I negative split that. That's beast. That's a great workout. It doesn't matter if it's in the treadmill or outside. And it's these workouts, and yeah, it's lightning right now. So I hate. That's the other thing I'm scared of. I'm scared of stray dogs and lightning. I don't mess around with lightning. It's one of those things where it's appropriately fearful, because that can. I think it's the fear of the unknown with the stray dogs and the lightning, because I can't control them. You never know. You could be doing something perfectly logical and rational, and the lightning comes and takes you down. Is a car a safe place if there's lightning? Yeah, man. I was thinking, I've made such a solid effort recently to not focus so much on, oh gosh, can't even hear myself thinking here. Man, this is crazy. There's no way I would have hit. I don't think I would have even hit 6:30 in this. 6:30, and the wind is picking up too. I'm going to drive home. Then we can chat there. This is like the 2018 Boston Marathon that Des Linden won. I think I got just as wet running on the treadmill from my sweat though as I would have out here. But also, I finished before 9 a.m. I can't remember the last time I finished a long run before 9 a.m. So the 4:30 a.m. wake up plus the treadmill, that's a great way to get it done earlier. Yeah, with the Cardi album, it sounds big. I was saying to Charlie last week, man, none of this new rap, even Bossman, D-Lo, Rio, the stuff that I've been liking and listening to, and of course not the West Side Gun and the Boldy, but none of it has the big sound, because I went back and I listened to Astro World by Travis Scott, and I was listening to some of the other old stuff, and I was saying, man, it sounds so big. It's the way the synths are cranked up in the mix, a lot of the vocal effects, and that shiny, polished sound. The new stuff just doesn't hit. Charlie actually said Glorilla and Lotto have that sound, and I went and listened to the Glorilla album, and she's right. That stuff does have a bigger sound to it, but this Cardi album, it does have that big stadium feel, which I like. So it doesn't have to be for everyone. Not everything has to be for everyone, but I can appreciate it, and there's some slappers on there for sure. Looks like it might stop raining enough to... No, it's still absolutely coming down. I was gonna say stop raining enough to go out to the mailbox and do the breakdown, but absolutely not. Oh gosh, I need to cut that. Thing just whacks my car every time. Isn't that a great place for a bike? It's right there. Cops are lurking. They've been lurking a lot recently. I don't know why. After all that drama, we're back out here on the streets like normal. The birds are chirping. It's an absolutely perfect day. I can actually see some blue skies over there. The Mint Hill OG is rolling with the old school R&B. I actually think that's Dre. That's definitely copyright music though. He's gonna come this way. It's a beautiful day. Man, as I was saying, I have to do a little offset because there's water down here, but marathon training for me and for a lot of people will force you to confront your demons and your weaknesses. Like I said last night, whether that's quitting, whether that's being inconsistent, and whether that's self-doubt. Like I've been having self-doubt about my paces. Feeling like what other people say about me is true because I'm not confident in myself. Right? And so to come out here or to go into the gym with a lot of self-doubt, at the end of, let's throw this up right here, at the end of 10 straight weeks of 100 miles and put down that workout, it doesn't gosh dang matter if it's on the treadmill, it doesn't matter if it's outside, that was 16 miles at a sub 550 pace. That is a beast workout. Right, to be able to put that down, to look those demons in the eyes, to chase down that self-doubt, to run with it, and to run through it is a good feeling, man. And this is what I always say, you can't control how you feel, but we can control what we do. And that's why my mentality is wake up every day and get after it. There's no question whether or not I'm going to do this 20-mile long run. And I'm trying to make it more of a habit to also say there's no question whether or not I'm going to attack this workout, because that is one of my weaknesses as well. I run a lot of mileage. I don't always commit to these bigger workouts. I like training by feel, but to get to this next level, I have to pick my spots and I have to do some of these bigger workouts. So this was a really good one today. 3-mile warm-up, 16-mile workout, 8 at marathon pace, 1 at threshold, 6 at marathon pace, 1 at threshold. I was running those marathon pace with the treadmill at 10.4 or 10.5, which translates to the 540s. And I ran those thresholds with the speed at 11, which is in 520s, high 520s, in the Saucony Endorphin Elite OG. Now, the name of this shoe, the shoe's name has been in my mouth, Endorphin Elite OG. I keep bringing this up because I ran the Endorphin Elite 2 on Friday. I ran in the DV8 Nitro Elite 3, 2 shoes on the opposite end of the spectrum. Saucony Elite 2, all the way over here, super soft, squishy marshmallow. I cannot drive any power through that thing. It just collapses. Really comfortable, fun shoe. It's not a bad shoe, but it just doesn't stand up to the type of force I put through it. And then on the other end of the spectrum, Puma DV8 Nitro Elite 3, firmer feel, direct, really bouncy. I can get the legs going and I can put that power down and get it back. This is even firmer. This is compared to the Puma DV8 Nitro Elite 3. So for the first part of that workout, first 3-4 miles, I was feeling like this might have even been too firm for me, but here's the thing, it doesn't quite matter. It doesn't matter what the shoe is. I felt like I was having some hot spots. I felt like the shoe was harsh. I was just in my head, and sometimes having a shoe that where there's anything slightly off with it will just amplify that. But that's what I'm saying. Marathon training is about facing down those demons, and one of those could be, did I do this right? Did I do that right? This search for perfection. Guess what? There's no perfect shoe. The reason I picked this for my last marathon is because it's as close to perfect for me in that there's not a lot wrong with it. And that was still true today, but it does work best. And I know it says when I am running with strength, and I can run weak at a 5:47 pace and I can run strong at a 5:47 pace. And a lot of that was based on the mental aspect for me. How am I feeling? Am I feeling strong and confident, or am I letting self-doubt creep in? Can I sustain this pace? What do other people think of me? Am I good enough? Am I actually going to be able to run a marathon time that I set to? When those thoughts start creeping in my head and my form starts degrading and I'm taken out of that zone, this shoe doesn't feel as good and is not as forgiving. When I'm running strong, when I'm feeling powerful, when I'm feeling confident, and that's what I always say with the shoes. You want to pick a shoe that you're comfortable and confident in. When I'm running like that, this shoe feels great. And that's how I was running at Chicago, man. But the same exact thing happened at Chicago that happened today. And sometimes these runs where we're feeling low, we're feeling weak, we're having self-doubt, they can become the best runs. They can become building blocks, cornerstones, foundations of a great training block, because it's so mental. Pushing through any of that difficulty. So that's what it was for me this morning, man. That was a really solid effort, not just physically, and it was super hard physically. Those last 3 miles, I was digging deep. I was Evil Jordan by Cardi, repeat, just playing it over. That's a banger. Shout out to Cardo on the beat too. But I was just digging deep to maintain focus and maintain composure. And with the treadmill, you can't quit unless you turn it down. That's why I love it. There's no slipping the pace on the treadmill. That's why sometimes it can be a really effective tool for training versus being on the roads, because on the roads, if you lose focus, your treadmill will start, or your pace will start naturally falling. On the treadmill, that doesn't happen. So I was able to get a lot more out of myself on the treadmill. But those last 3 miles were tough, and at that point, it doesn't really matter what shoe I have on, but I was able to run strong, to stay focused, and to run through any of that weakness. So that was a good workout today. I'm glad I got some more miles in the Saucony Endorphin Elite OG. This is a good shoe if you want something that's slight. I was looking to see if there's build. Kind of a weird build issue right here. I think something, it's just the purple part. This purple overlay is falling off. But yeah, this is a good shoe if you want something that's on the firmer end of the marathon racing spectrum. If you are a stronger, more powerful runner, if you land with a midfoot to forefoot strike, and that's the thing with me as a heel striker back here, I do really wear back here, especially at those slower paces, and especially when I'm not running with strength. Now, being a heel striker is fine, but I've just noticed my form and the way I'm feeling with my form isn't as good when I'm not running strong. And it's less about where I'm landing, and it's more about how my legs are driving, right? And also, am I feeling upright? So if you're gonna be running with strength, this is a really good choice. It can feel punishing, and that's what I was saying at the beginning of that run. It didn't feel the best, especially at those warm-up paces. The forefoot could feel harsh for me because how I land, and this does have a stiff, really stiff, rigid carbon fiber plate with a foam that's on the firmer end of the spectrum. But boy, when I'm mobbing, when I'm standing tall and getting the legs cranking, it feels great. So if you're running a sub 2 hour half marathon, you're a bigger, stronger runner. If you're running a sub 3 marathon, this is still one of the best shoes out there. Other ones I would consider, if you like a firmer feel, Puma DV8 Nitro Elite 3, that might be even better than this because it feels just way more forgiving in the back. And this has never broken in for me. The foam hasn't changed since I got it to now. It's probably about 50, 60 miles on it. The Puma DV8 Nitro Elite 3, that has changed, and it feels a lot more forgiving for landing on the heel. I don't have to be running as strong in that shoe. While I get the biggest benefit out of it when I'm running strong and fast, I don't have to. It feels still okay at warm-up and cool-down paces. This doesn't feel that great, especially at the warm-up. For the cool-down, when my mechanics were more in tune and locked in already, it did feel solid, but for that warm-up, not at all. It felt, I can feel choppy in this shoe. The other one is the Asics Metaspeed Sky Paris or Edge Paris. Sky Paris is the most aggressive shoe on the market. It has a really aggressive carbon fiber plate that's placed higher up near the forefoot. So if you're driving forefoot power down in that shoe, Clayton Young uses it. He's one of the Asics guys. It can be a good option, but for me, I can't drive enough power through the front of the platform for 2.5 hours to use a shoe like that. The Metaspeed Edge Paris is another option. That's caught in a no man's land for me sometimes though, because it's not the most aggressive shoe. That would be the Sky Paris, but then the foam is pretty harsh. But if you're more of that midfoot landing runner and you can put power, that's also a good shoe. And then Nike Alpha Fly 3, of course, that's a banger for everyone. I just don't know if I could show up to a race actually wearing an Alpha Fly. But oh yeah, the other shoe is a Mizuno Wave Rebellion Pro 2. That's $144 right now with the Supwell app discount code on Running Warehouse. So if you're looking for a new deal race shoe and you want something that's firmer, more connected with that good balance, Mizuno Wave Rebellion Pro 2 or this. If you want to blow $350, you can get both of them and see which one you like. Also, Running Warehouse does have a return policy, but this is likely going to be easier to run in for more people. The Mizuno Wave Rebellion Pro 2 that has a higher cushion to feel more aggressive geometry with that cutout, but also a really fun shoe for picking up the pace. So still a great shoe here. Might be one of my last workouts in it as I start transitioning to new stuff for this next build. That was a good run. We got to stay consistent. We got to keep chasing those demons. We got to keep getting after. I'll be back tomorrow with another video. The other thing with the treadmill for the workout is I did an 8-mile tempo 2.5 weeks ago on the treadmill at a 5:39 pace. And I also thought, oh, I was only able to do this because it was the treadmill. But then I went outside Wednesday and I ran even faster on the road. So do it on the treadmill first and then we'll rip outside. The body doesn't know if it's a treadmill. The body just knows if it's getting aerobic pressure or not. And that was good aerobic pressure.